Hey friends, Christian Harlow here with another video update, video blog, or whatever you want to call it. This one I'm going to title Things You Need to Know Before You Start Looking for Homes. And number one thing, the biggest thing you need to know before you start looking for a home is your credit score. You need to go to one of the internet places and whoever, and get them to pull your credit and find out what your FICO score is and find out what your credit score is. Too many people are running around. They don't realize that their credit is either bad or they don't even know what their credit score is. They have no idea. So they're out running around. They don't know that they've got collections out there. Maybe they've moved a couple of times and they have no idea that Joe Blow collection agency is trying to collect $25 from Blockbuster Video 5 years ago. So I've seen that, so that's why I used that example. I thought it was kind of a funny one. But anyway, that's something that you definitely need to find out. So I recommend going to freecreditreport.com. I never personally have used them. It's a funny commercial that I see on television a lot, so I just, I thought maybe I'd throw that one out there. There are a few others, but you can get a free credit report free once per year. If you just Google free credit, your annual credit, I think it's annualcreditreport.com is the one that gives it to you for free once per year. So annualcreditreport.com, it's your free, your FICO score. So you will have to still pay for that. That's an additional cost to get your FICO score. And that is probably the most important thing you need to know before you start going out and looking for houses, is finding out what your FICO score is, finding out what your credit says, and having that in your hand and getting an idea of where you stand. And then also, getting your financials in order. Now, this will be number two. The second thing you do before you go out looking for houses and before you start talking to loan officers and all that kind of thing, getting your financials together. Getting your bank statements together, your tax returns together for the last 3 years. These are all things loan officers are going to ask you for, and nowadays they require you to have it. So in the old days you could probably get away with not having your tax returns or some of your check stubs or bank statements and things like that. But you need to have check stubs, bank statements, and tax returns. Bank statements, obviously, probably not for 3 years, but definitely your tax returns for the last 2 to 3 years. Any kind of court paperwork for bankruptcies, from being discharged, anything like that, you're going to need to have proof of. So definitely have all that in order. And then number three would be find a good loan officer. Before you call a realtor, before you make appointments to go see property, find a good loan officer. Somebody, one of your friends will probably know one. You can go to any of the major banks. They'll be glad to help you. I found that mortgage brokers typically have a little bit better situation because they have many banks to choose from, as opposed to only one bank or one program, or one lending institution might only have 10 or 11 programs, where a mortgage broker might have hundreds of programs. So to fit you in. So everyone's situation is not the same. Everyone's credit is not the same. So I always find it's better to go to whoever has the most programs. That being said, I have used banks in the past, and they've all been very, very good. And I've yet to even have one person turned down yet from a bank. So that's a positive thing about a bank. So I would definitely find a loan officer. That would be the third thing I would do after I pull my credit report and after I get my financials together, because that's the first thing they're going to ask you for, is all of those financial things. Credit, they're going to want to know, well, first of all, they may ask you, do you know what your credit score is? Do you happen to know what your credit's like? They might ask you those questions so they can kind of get an idea before they pull your credit, whether or not it's even going to be worth pulling your credit. So, and you're going to know that prior to even calling them. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm sorry it ran a little bit long. I try to keep these things under about 3 or 4 minutes. And ChristianHarlow.com. Check out my website. I have a new blog at WordPress. My username's Christian Harlow. And also, just check out all my new videos here. I got going to be plenty of videos to choose from pretty soon, and hopefully you will subscribe to them. So, anyway, talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.